Hi, I'm Monique Y. Wells, founder and CEO of the Wells International Foundation, and I am here today with Deb Harlow, who is going to be contributing something very, very exciting and important to the L Cubed Alliance. So, Deb, I want you to start out by telling everyone about yourself. Just give us a little introduction on your background and experience, and tell us how who you are aligns with the role of facilitating personal and professional growth of high achieving women who are going to be joining our group.
I'm super excited to have this conversation. Thank you, Monique, for having it with me. And it's nice to be on the other side of the interview questions here today.
Mhm.
So my background is one that brings together lived experience and professional experience. And I think that's what high achieving women bring to the table as well. We're not just solely coming with our degrees and our corporate experience or entrepreneurial experience. We're actually bringing our heart and our soul and our lived experience to the table. So my lived experience started really early in that I am the daughter of a professional chef, and we lived around the world. He worked for high-end hotel chains like the Savoy and the Ritz, and we were all around the world. So I got to have a very early taste, if you will, about culture and experience and understanding how others around the world lived in
Mhm.
all sorts of aspects.
Mhm.
That definitely shaped how I look at the world. I don't look at it as just me and my lived experience as the only answer. I looked at there are many ways at experiencing life and engaging with others. And culture is absolutely essential to management and growth and building a legacy. Moving from my lived experience in traveling around the world, I also became a youth caregiver at a very early age. My father had a massive stroke when I was 12, and I became his primary caregiver along with my mom and my brother from age 12 to 24. So overnight, not even teen yet, I went from tween to adult in very, very many ways. That also shaped who I am because I understand that life is going to incorporate much more than just what we do at the board table. So
Mhm.
if we don't start looking at how we encompass all of the lived experience to create legacy and success for individuals, we will never get to where we choose to be. And so my lived experience and then my background in schooling, which is psychology and sociology, as well as nursing, and my corporate experience and professional development really is what I bring to the table. So, and I'm an open book. So if you want to know who I am, I show up and I answer with a lot of transparency. And I think my biggest gift that I'm able to bring is that I really see people for who they are, and I can get to the core of what they want to bring to the table and create that safe container for them to be able to nurture it.
Well, everything that you've just said is so beautiful and so amazing. Um, I don't think that there's anybody quite like you
Oh,
in terms of, this combination of life experiences and work experiences. They've all come together to make you a very, very unique person, a unique professional, someone who is going to bring something that no one else literally can bring to the table to support these high achieving women. And I'm just so grateful that you're going to be a part of this lusciousness. So going to our next question, what do you enjoy about working with this particular demographic of women, the women that the LQ Alliance is going to be serving?
I love this question, and I love this woman as an avatar, if you will, of describing who she is. Because as a high achieving woman, I know that she gets stuff done. I know that she is out there and she's kicking doors off its hinges and she's making sure that things are moving forward. And I know that she's exhausted and I know that she feels alone. And so what I'm hoping to do is to be able to say someone that can be an actual catalyst for change with the right container and a little bit of a shift of mindset and a more dialed in connection to her internal joy compass. What could she do? Ooh, there's nothing she can't do. So I'm just so jazzed about working with this individual because I already know that they're out there creating massive community healing and growth and change. And to be able to provide her with the tools to deepen into making it more sustainable for her, it just creates this quintessential shift in what's possible. And for me, that's super exciting because I know that this is someone who also integrates information. That's how she's been able to grow and scale and make change and be the first at the table and be the first in her family to make change. And so what would it look like if we bring in all the parts of herself, where she calls it all back home. And then she's able to integrate it and then go forward with what she wants to create in this world. And for me, that's something very different than starting with somebody who's maybe just starting to find themselves or figure out who they want. That also has its own beautiful magic to it, and that's a mentorship role. This is a very, very deep, deep role where we're actually working with individuals who've already achieved success, and we're giving them the personal reflection to be able to say, here's how I go move it forward even larger, but in a very sustainable and joyful way.
I love that you've talked about sustainability and bringing it home. I think that both of those concepts are crucial to what we want to do in the Alliance, through the Alliance. And you mentioned mentorship. And so the women who are going to be part of the L-Cube Alliance are going to be doing that mentoring. And so to make them the best mentors that they can be, they have got to be the best people they can be within themselves. And sustainability especially is so important in these days and times when everything is supposed to be instantaneous. And, didn't you get that yesterday? We're at a dichotomy. If we're going to even attempt to function at that level for any period of time, we have to step back and away from all of that instantness, instantaneity, whatever the word is, and be still.
Yes.
And regroup and fill ourselves up again so that we can go out into that instant world and function and succeed. We need to be sure that we're also coming back regularly in order to make it all work.
Yes.
So yeah, and you're going to be an integral part of bringing that ability to our women. I'm just so excited. And so let me just ask you this: why the L-Cube Alliance membership program as opposed to some of the other programs that are out there? Why are you saying yes to this particular opportunity?
Well, two reasons. One, it's got Monique Wywells attached to it. And when Monique creates something, everybody should listen, in my humble opinion. And anytime I get to play behind the scenes, front of the scenes, by the side, in the stands, whatever it looks like, with something that the Wells International Foundation is doing, I am a full embodied yes. And I have been since day one, or maybe day 10, I don't know, in the beginning with Monique. Monique was day one, I was maybe day 15 of the Wells International Foundation. And so I've been here nurturing this experience and all of the visions in the community for the entire inception of it. And it feels like family. And so as we continue to grow and as we continue to provide solutions that the community is asking for, it's my honor and privilege to be able to show up in the way that divine aligned messaging is telling me to show up. So I have the ability to be of service in a way that I know will serve me and the community. And it's a no-brainer. So every time we grow and every time we deepen into the service that we provide as stewards of sacred pauses, of stewards of living legacies, of stewards of change for all generations, I'm a yes, 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 yes. So this one was an easy yes.
Woohoo, woohoo, woohoo. I am so excited that you are a yes. And I'm glad that it was an easy yes. You have been a part of WIF since the beginning. You are so valued and so loved. I just cannot express enough how thrilled I am that you are going to be taking an active role and an upfront role in this particular part of WIF's journey to serve women, to serve people of color, to serve the world. And so last but not least, what do you personally hope to gain / receive from the experience of working with the L-Cube Alliance?
Every time I show up for service in whatever way that may look, I know that there's a reciprocal energy. So as I pour into someone's cup, I know that they pour into my cup. And I know that the women who are coming into this experience bring so much to be able to pour into each other's cups. I know that I will learn as much as I will share. I know that I will receive as much as I give. I know that I will be able to deepen into my practice when I show up as a leader with humility, because every single person who's coming forward is going to be able to work as a mirror. I will be able to see myself in them, and they'll be able to see themselves in me. And so for me, the truest definition of leadership is not showing up and saying that you know everything, that you have all the answers, that you know what is right and wrong. For me, the definition of a leader is being able to take one humble step at a time and to be a guide. And so for me, that also means being able to listen to the individuals that are there and to truly understand where maybe I still have growth to do, because I know I do. So when these amazing women are sharing their story and when they're sharing what the experience has been like, they're going to have their uniqueness, and there'll be an area for me to have deep listening, to be able to say, okay, that's an area that I'm going to work on to make myself better. That's an area where maybe I still had a bias or an area to grow. And I'm going to deepen into that with true humility. And that only comes from being willing to be in experiences with those that have lived life, for those that are out there doing things and who are also giving themselves permission to show up in full transparency and vulnerability. And so because that know, like, and trust factor of us both showing up with that is going to be there, I'm going to be able to say a full embodied yes to everything that I'm meant to receive and learn and deepen in. And that is something that I hold very, very near and dear to my heart.
It's just so beautiful. And I cannot wait for us to get started. Thank you so much for sharing all of this with our people. And we're going to see all of you on the other side.
I cannot wait. Thank you so much.